This question asks us to match the angle pair with its diagram. The first diagram is talking about the relationship between angles 1 and 2 and angles 3 and 4. These are different types of angles, but the thing that they share in common is that they are next door to each other and they share a dividing wall. So angle 1 and angle 2 are neighbors and they share this wall between them. Angles 3 and 4 are neighbors and they share this ray that divides them. When angles are side by side and they share a vertex and a ray, that means that they are adjacent angles. The next diagram here shows the relationship between angles 1 and 2 and angles 3 and 4 on this one diagram. Angles 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are made by intersecting lines. If we look at angles 1 and 2, they are across from each other and they point right at each other. These are vertical angles. But diagram 3 and 4 are the same relationship to each other. They're across from each other. They point directly at each other. They're vertical angles. Our next diagram here shows the relationship between 1 and 2 and A and B in two different diagrams. Angles 1 and 2 are adjacent angles. We already used that term though. And A and B are not adjacent angles. They're not touching. So there's some other relationship happening here. So I can look at the total value of these angles. 1 and 2 together make 90 degrees. This box tells me if I look at the entire angle, I get 90 degrees. If I add 47 and 43, I also get 90 degrees. So both of these angle pairs add up to 90. If my angles add up to 90 degrees, they are right angles, and giving complements is the right thing to do. So these are complementary. My last relationship here, 3 and 4, and B and C, this is similar where these first two are adjacent, the second ones are not, so there's a different relationship happening. So again, if I look at the totals, 3 and 4 together make this straight line, which has a certain measurement. Angle C and B add together 137 plus 43, that equals 180. And a straight line also equals 180 degrees. So both of these angle pairs add up to 180. And if I have two angles that add up to 180, they are considered supplementary. I have one last question here that asks about the angle pair diagrams circled in red. So if you were wondering why those are circled in red, it's about this question. It says that these red circled relationships can be labeled using another term that's not on the list above. What is the relationship between these angle pairs? So angles 1 and 2 are adjacent angles. Angles 3 and 4 are supplementary angles. And if you notice, 3 and 4 are also adjacent. 1 and 2 are also supplementary. So the relationship happening here is when angles are adjacent, side by side, sharing a wall, and supplementary. They make a straight line when they're put together. Those are called a linear pair. That means that a pair of angles together, side by side, makes a straight line.